Okay, John, it's that time of year. Spring season has wrapped up. What are your overall thoughts on how things went?
Overall, we're very excited about how the spring season went for us. I think when you look back at a spring season, I think at the very top of your checklist will be health. And we've come out of it very healthy. Everybody's had a good spring season. We've got a lot of work in with the younger players and some of the more established players. But we finished the spring season in good shape. Always nice to win on a positive note towards the end. But we go into the summer months with everybody able to go away and work hard and look forward to getting them all back fresh and healthy to build on what's been a very productive spring for us.
What areas of improvement did you see from the beginning of the spring towards the end?
I think we've shown the quality we have in our team. We had 6 games, and each and every game we were very, very sharp. There was a couple of games that we let get away from us in the sense that we weren't quite clinical enough in front of goal, but we knew the work we were doing at training was going to pay off. And subsequently, our last 3 games, we banged in 13 goals. So I think what we were really pleased about was the improvement that the players are showing, taking the training habits into the games and starting to really apply it. We look a more dangerous team now going forward. We look a more organised team. And I think the ability to get some of our young players some great minutes this spring was essential. Tori Fabrara's, Becky Forcellini's, Lauren Riley's, Caitlin Donovan's, they all saw extensive minutes this spring, so we're starting to see what value they're going to bring to our team. And so I think one of the areas that we're really pleased about is just bedding these young players into the squad and starting to see what they're going to bring to our team going forward this year and years to come.
You were also able to implement some new tactics and strategies this spring. How do you think the team responded to those?
Like anything, it's work in progress, but we wanted to do 2 things this season. In particular, we wanted to play with a quicker tempo, and we wanted to defend higher up the field. To play with a quicker tempo, your fitness levels are going to have to be good, and for that I've got to thank Stacey Hammer, our strength and conditioning coach, as well as Chris Clapton, our athletic trainer. Both do a good job getting our players very well prepared and keeping them on the field. And then the players themselves are very committed to the program of working hard individually and collectively as a group to enable them to play at a high tempo. And we saw that. We created numerous chances in games, and I think it was the fact that our ball movement was good, our work off the ball was excellent, and even in the last couple of games we were banging in 3 goals in 8 minutes and 3 goals in 18 minutes, and that's a sign of our conditioning. That's a sign of us winning the ball higher back up the field. So very pleased that we're able to apply those 2 things. Again, we didn't just work on them and now they're there. They're going to be continuation in the off-season, continuation in the pre-season, and obviously into the regular season. But good starting points to see that the players took on board both those ideas and embraced them very well.
You mentioned some of the younger players earlier about getting them some key playing time this spring. Anybody in particular, either out of that group or some of the older players that really stood out to you?
Well, I think you start always with the older players. I mean, I think that the veterans, so to speak, the seniors are starting to evolve into great leaders. Sarah Anwar, Brooke Malloy, Alex Kubik, Dakota Olson. They're going to be our seniors, and it starts with them showing their consistency on the field. Then obviously we've got some very talented young players coming through. Sarah Trexler, Amanda Jones, Maddie Keeble, Monica Trickett, just to name a few. But I think overall, we look around at the locker room, and every player in here has made great strides. Every player has made a significant contribution. But it was extra pleasing to see the young players get some minutes and see what they're capable of. We saw great emergence in Tori. I thought Becky Forcellini had a good spring. Caitlin Donovan showed her worth and promise. And Lauren Riley's been working her way back from a tough fall with injuries. And again, it was good to see her playing extensive minutes. So overall, across the board, whether it's a freshman or a senior, I think we're very excited about what we saw in each individual player.
Now that the spring is done, what's next for the program as you lead into August?
Well, I mean, obviously now we start the preparation for pre-season in earnest. We've just had our end-of-season player evaluations. We gave a real good, honest feedback with every player and met with each player for about 20, 30 minutes. Our hope is, and we believe the excitement in them, is that they're going to go away and work hard in the off-season and come back 5% sharper in every category, whether it's technique, fitness, belief, all those things. But our work starts with now putting the travel plans together, trying to find out a little bit more about our opponents, prepping a little bit towards the the pre-season part of the 2013 year, and then obviously our schedule and figuring out how we want to travel, who we're going to travel, what we know about the teams we're going to play against. So lots of work in the off season. It's not one of those times that we're on the golf course or anything like that. I'm a terrible golfer, so I won't even go there. But it's the time for us to just sit down quietly as a staff and talk about what we've seen this spring, put in place the preparations for the summer, and then look forward to the return of the players very shortly.
All right, John, thank you for your time today, and we'll be catching up with you soon.
Look forward to it. Thank you.